homecoming in Jackson, Mississippi for the conference-leading Jackson State Tigers, who are off to a 5-1 start. But more importantly, Coach W.C. Gordon is hoping his team can win its 29th straight Southwestern Athletic Conference game. In 3 outings this year, they've outscored SWAC teams 150-14. One reason is the play of quarterback Sean Gregory, who has made the big play when he's had to, on a team that's leading the conference in passing. But everybody knows you can't win without defense, and Jackson State boasts the top defense in the conference against the run. The Tigers' defense is ranked 3rd overall, but they'll have their hands full as the Jaguars of Southern invade Tigerland. The 4-1 Jaguars boast a quarterback they're proud of, in Nate Harrison, who's ranked 4th in the conference in passing. The Jaguars' defense has been the strength, especially against the run, and they've done a good job in keeping opponents out of the end zone. It appears that we're in for an air attack, SWAC style, as Jackson State hosts Southern University next. Jackson homecoming parade. 92 different units performing in this homecoming event. Bands, high school bands from as far away as Chicago, Oklahoma, and Atlanta coming to the festivities. Homecoming 1989. This is a view of Memorial Stadium here in Jackson as the Tigers of Jackson State host the Jaguars of Southern University. Hello again, everyone. I'm Charlie Neal along with Lem Barney. Glad you could join us for this 33rd meeting between these two fine Southwestern Athletic Conference schools. In fact, 12 of the first 14 meetings were won by Southern University, but Jackson State has owned Southern the last 11 of the last 12 meetings. It's been all Jackson State. Well, one of the things that Jackson State has done, they're leading the Southwestern Athletic Conference as far as the top team in the conference. In fact, they've won 28 straight Southwestern Athletic Conference games. Southern has not won here in Jackson Lem since 1975, and Coach Gerald Kimball would like to change that around today. They are a much improved team. I'm talking about Southern University as you look at Gerald Kimball there, and the reason is they are ranked number 1 in total defense in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And the reason they're so good defensively is they play very well together as a unit. But again, they're going to have their hands full tonight against a very high-powered offensive attack of Jackson State. But one man who's going to have a big responsibility on his shoulders to stop that passing attack and that running game is this young man, Dexter Blackman.
Dexter Blackman, Charles, as you mentioned, will be leading that charge for them defensively. As you mentioned, Southern University defensively, they do have real fine overall team speed. He'll have to be the man to put the pressure on the quarterback, Sean Gregory, tonight.
Jackson State is a 3-time defending Southwestern Athletic Conference champ. They're off to a 5-1 start this year. As I mentioned earlier, they've won 28 straight. They're going after number 29 tonight. Southern would like to be the team to upset them. But besides Sean Gregory, there's a receiver that's very, very potent in that offensive aerial attack of Jackson State. And we're talking about a young man by the name of Ron Lewis, his 36 receptions this year.
Ron Lewis, Charlie, he's an excellent wide receiver, a superb route runner, and once he catches the ball, he knows what to do with it. He runs very well short as well as intermediate passes, and he also can go for that home run ball.
Well, as I mentioned, Jackson has not lost a conference game since 1985. Defense, again, is a strong point of the Tigers of Jackson State. A young man named Darian Connor will be all over the field. He'll be blitzing. He'll be covering men coming out of the backfield. He may even cover the best wide receiver that Southern has.
Not only that, he may sell peanuts at halftime, Charlie. He's a consummate defensive ball player. He blitzes well. He leads the team in tackles, and the pros deem him as the number 1 sure bona fide draft choice this upcoming season.
W.C. Gordon is their head coach in his 13th year. I don't have to ask you who you're rooting for. I know you're a Jackson State alumnus. Your son is on the team. You're ready for a big ball game.
Yes, I am, Charlie. The whole family's here, and I'm ready to jump out of the booth.
Okay, it should be a whale of a ball game. As I mentioned earlier, aerial attack, SWAC style. We'll be back with the opening kickoff from Jackson, Mississippi in just a moment. This week's game is brought to you by Budweiser. Beechwood Age. For that clean, crisp taste, this Bud's for you. And by your Toyota dealer. Whatever car or truck you choose, you'll love the quality. Who could ask for anything more? And by the Florida Orange Growers, who bring you 100% pure Florida quality orange juice. It makes you feel so good.
56 Darian Corners, yes.
Jeff Brown's an offensive lineman. I was wondering how he got back there. Meanwhile, back to punt is Arthur Avant, averaging just under 40 yards per punt. As I mentioned, he had a couple run back on him this year.
Fine punt here.
This is a good one. Percy Clay is the man who was running it down for Jackson State.
That's a no-no.
But a great punt by Arthur Avant as the ball is spotted inside the 25 at about the 22-yard line, and that's where a 62-yard punt. That's what it was good for. If you look at the officials for tonight's game by the SWAC,
4 seconds and counting here in the first quarter.
talking about a balanced attack. Southern has run the ball about 33 times a game and passed about 35.
Beat again.
He has a man out there if he can get it to him. Great catch at the 45-yard line of Jackson State by Kirk Davenport. He was wide open. And getting there too late to do anything about it was Demetrius Wells.
Charlie looked like Demetrius, but because of the blitzing here, he thought that a lot of pressure, he relaxed. Kirk Davenport never gave up for one moment, still believing that if he had a chance to get behind the defender, Nathaniel Harris would get it to him with his fine arm. As you see the release, here's Davenport, who escaped from Demetrius Wells for a fantastic third down conversion, first down ball at the 45-yard line of Jackson State.
The backs in an eye. It's Kimbrough and Davenport behind the quarterback, Harrison. Back to pass. Nate Harrison rolls out, throws left, has a man out there, should be intercepted. It is.
C.J. Manning
down the right sideline for Jackson State. And for C.J. Manning, that is his second interception of the year. He had one earlier. He returned for 53 yards. He didn't score, but there's a flag down.
I think it'll be holding against Southern University, Charlie, which may be the preliminary signal here, but here it is. Man-to-man coverage, the blitz again. C.J. timed it perfectly. Got it at the height of his vertical leap and returned it down the right sideline for valuable yardage. Offense takes over possession. Fine field position.
Offense, interception count, first down, blue.
So, the interception will count. As you look at Clifton Manning.
Had a chance to talk to him during pregame warm-up. His dad was down on the sideline with me. I played with his father, Clifton, who now resides in Atlanta, Georgia. Everybody came out to homecoming '89. Play action.
Straight ahead. There's Sean Gregory knocked out of bounds after gain of a couple. And Baton Rouge, the intended receiver.
You wonder why there's
pressure
again, but you wonder why the overload defensive shift is because of the three wide receivers on that side. They got a slot man, a flanker, and a tight end, so you have to sort of match man for man. That's why it looks like it's an overload. However, it brings up a 4th down and 9 punting situation.
Second leading punt returner in the conference, 8th in the nation, Percy Clay. As you look at Arthur Avant, 13th in the nation in punting with a 39.9 average. He's from Senatobia, Mississippi. He gets off a good one. High one, but it doesn't go far downfield. It doesn't take a southern bounce. Timeout on the
Kenneth Primo checked off to C.J. Manning. C.J. Manning, closest person to the ball that was overthrown intendedly.
1 of 5 for Harrison in the passing department. As you look at the punter, Arthur Avon, in the back of his end zone.
They're going for a block.
The deep man.
They're going for a block
Everybody's
here.
up front. He just got it off.
Looked like he got a piece of it.
Your kick. And it'll be down to the 35-yard line. Timeout on the field. 2:22. The time remaining here in the first quarter. 32-yard punt.